Hey, what's up guys, it's Kazooie here, and welcome to episode 59 of Skill into Glory. And now we're going to start off by going into the first game of this episode, where we come up against a team with 5 at the back, 77 chemistry, and not really the greatest team. You can see it from his players, although he had some okay players, I guess, Coutinho and also Van Persie in his side. And we start things off in the 20th minute with Bolasie there on the wing, cutting inside. We went with the advanced rainbow flick, where we beat one of his defenders, and then we went with the scissor kick as well, and we put it into the back of the net to complete one challenge straight away, pick up another skill goal, and also pick up Bolasie's final goal, which is absolutely awesome, because now we completed 2 challenges in a row, which is pretty sweet. Then we continue on 33rd minute. We beat his goalkeeper, went with the fancy shot, but then it was Lacazette who actually managed to tap it in instead of Bolasie. So yeah, we do make it 2-0. Then we continue on once again. It is Lacazette on the ball with some skill moves. I was trying for a fancy shot again this time, but this time it just went wide. Could have been a nice goal as well. Then we're still in the first half, 45th minute. We have Bolasie on the ball, and then just look how perfectly timed these skill moves are. We beat 2 of his defenders. We went with a fake shot, and then I kind of messed up, which was a big shame, because if we scored from it straight away, we would have completed another challenge, which would be pretty sweet. But yeah, we do get the ball back though with Bolasie to pick himself up another goal. We did not complete the challenge simply because my opponent got the ball back. I mean, so that's the reason why I decided not to count it. But anyway, we move on in the 75th minute into the second half, and look at that for a beautiful goal there from Lacazette to make it 4-0. A lovely chip shot there, just like Air Japes always does in his videos. And that was sort of the main thing I was going for, especially in this game, or at least I was trying to score them. Again here, a nice chip shot from Lacazette. We hit the crossbar. Then we continue on 82nd minute. A lovely pass there from Ledley all the way to Lacazette, who was not offside. We went through. We went with some unnecessary step overs to a nice chip shot, and we make it 5-0. Another lovely goal there from Lacazette to I think actually complete his hat-trick in this game, which is pretty sweet as well. Then we continue on 90th minute. We have Fekir on the ball. We play it off to Bolasie. Of course, I was trying again for the chip shot, since there was a lot of space in the far corner, but we do hit the crossbar once again. So yeah, that is basically how that game ended. We ended up winning the game with 5-0, and even though the game was a little bit laggy at times, and my opponent was actually playing with 5 at the back, he created nothing and absolutely nothing in this game. So yeah, we absolutely dominated him. He had 0 chances pretty much. So yeah, we continue on into the next game, where we come up against a guy who had YouTube in his name. I think he was reviewing the left winger there, Inform RU, and he actually gets him the first goal of the game there with Kabai. A pretty weird pass there to him. Never saw one of those passes, I guess, before. Looked pretty weird and nice at the same time. But anyway, we continue on with Bolasie on the ball. A nice run there, a great tackle from my opponent as well. Well, we picked the ball out with Lacazette, but we put it wide. Then from a corner, we whip it in there to Hummels at the near post, and we do get the header in to make it 1-1, make it all even, and get ourselves back into the game. Then we continue on 55th minute. Some really nice stuff there from Lacazette. A nice ball roll to cut inside with a fake shot, and then we just fire it into the top corner with his weak foot. A lovely goal there from Lacazette to give us a lead and also pick up another skill goal. Then in the 60th minute, he makes a big mistake there. A pass there to Fekir, pretty much into his feet. We went with some skill. Was a lovely pass to Bolasie, while we just got past his goalkeeper, and we do make it 3-1 as well, to pretty much make it game over, because in the remaining minutes of this game, he did not really create that many chances anymore. Then we continue on 90th minute. We have once again Bolasie on the ball. Again, I was trying to beat his opponent there with the Elastico, the in-air skill move, but unfortunately he just blocked it off, so we picked up a corner in the very end. But yeah, that wouldn't really matter, because the game ended in a victory for us, 3-1. Overall, it was a pretty fun game. Some nice goals as well, which is always nice. Then we continue on into the next game of this episode, where we actually do come up against a subscriber, if I remember correctly, with some sort of a Serie A side with some League 1 players as well, and I think Inform Quariarella as a striker. And we get things started off with Lacazette. Again, we went with a chip shot, and once again we do finish it off with him as well. A lovely goal to make it 1-0 and give us the early lead. Then we continue on 20th minute. Yes, Candreva there on the ball, plays it off to Quariarella, passes it out wide to Lavezzi, who finished it off at the near post to make it 1-1 and get himself back into the game. Then we continue on just before half time. We have Lacazette on the ball. Again, I was hoping for a chip shot into the far corner, but this time his goalkeeper just saved it. And we move on 45th minute. Some nice stuff there from Lacazette. We continue on, play it off to Bolasie, cuts in with a nice fake shot, and we do finish it off at the near post as well. Give us a lead back again, and also pick up the 9th skill goal in total. Then we continue on into the second half, and it is again Lacazette going with a chip shot, and this time we do finish it off to pick up his 4th chip shot already in this episode, which is pretty awesome. Just love the look of them, and just a brilliant finish there from Lacazette to make it 3-1. Then we continue on 74th minute, we have Bolasie on the wing there. We went with the in-air skill move to actually beat 2 defenders in a row. We went through there with the roulette. We beat another defender, and then we just fire it into the top corner to finally complete that challenge. And also pick up the final skill goal there with Bolasie, which makes it even more awesome. And you can see from the replay, just the way it went into the top corner was pretty awesome. Just an awesome goal there from Bolasie to make it 4-1. Then from a free kick, my opponent got himself a goal back. A lovely free kick there from Kandreva over the wall and into the back of the net to make it 4-2. Then in the 87th minute, it's my opponent on the ball there once again, this time with Quarriarella, where he actually shoots it to Hernandez, who gets through and makes it 4-3 as well in the 89th minute to give himself another goal back. But luckily enough, that was pretty much the end of the game, since it was pretty late in that game as well. So yeah, we ended up winning the game 4-3, and now we move on in what will be the next game of this episode. And if we win this game, that means we will complete all the challenges, since I think we were on 11 games at this point in time. So if we won this game, we would complete all the challenges, which would be pretty sweet. So we went to the next game. We came up against a team with a Green McGeady, and after a few minutes he got himself a penalty. And I mean, how the hell is this a penalty? I mean, it was McGeady clearly doing skill moves, and he just ran into Hummels, who was just standing there, and he got himself a penalty. So in my opinion, it was a pretty easy penalty for my opponent. He makes it 1-0 there with Schürrle as well to give himself the lead. Then we continue on in the 7th minute. We have Fekir there on the ball, where we actually try to cut inside with the spin. We pick it up with Bolasie, and guess what? We actually do pick up a penalty as well. I mean, penalty in this game are just a complete joke. You can see from the replay again, like, I don't know if that's a penalty or not, but I decided just to step up for it and of course score it as well, since my opponent did the exact same. So we continue on. 41st minute, we have I think Fekir on the ball, play it off to Letley, plays it off to Bolasie, just some lovely work there. Again, we try to cut inside with the spin, and guess what? We pick up another penalty, the third one in this game already, and again I had some doubts if this was a penalty or not, but you can see from the replay that Zabaleta actually hits the ball, but he also sort of hits Bolasie, so I guess that is the reason why we got it. But anyway, we do finish it off there with Bolasie to make it 2-1. Then we continue on in the 45th minute. We have the ball there with, I think, Silva, where my opponent decided to drop his controller. I think that was the case at that point in time. But anyway, we got through with Silva to make it 3-1 and pretty much make sure that we would win this game, because that is all I wanted. So we went into the second half. After, I think I had to wait like 40 seconds in order to pretty much went into the second half, because that is what you have to do if your opponent doesn't press start. And you can see on the screen, we were just standing there with Hummels just doing fake shots because my opponent was not playing. So yeah, we pretty much won the game 3-1, because in the second half my opponent just decided to stop playing for some reason. And then when we finally won the game, we got the messages of all messages: "We are sorry, but there has been an error connecting to FIFA 15 Ultimate Team." I mean, really? After I won a game 3-1, my opponent just decided to stop playing. We get this? It was just unbelievable. But anyway, I'm just gonna count it as a win, since we clearly won the game, even though I think after the game I actually got a loss, because it's some sort of disconnected me from the game, even though I already played the game. But anyway, we move into the scales up. You can see right there, we actually got a total amount of I think 16 goals in total with Bolasie, which is pretty sweet, even though we had to score 10 goals with him, which is pretty awesome. We have 3 games left, so that means at the very end of this episode we will be opening 8 packs in total. But yeah, in the background you're currently watching some sort of a recap with all the goals that we need to score this time. And funny enough, all the goals are scored with Bolasie, which is pretty sweet as well. And the goals I think are pretty awesome as well, especially this one. Lovely rainbow flick. You can see at the top there that this player actually got injured, which was funny to see as well. But yeah, overall this team was just so fun to play with, and I was actually really surprised with Bolasie, since he's a silver. A lot of people actually said that his finishing wasn't really the best, but for me it was absolutely awesome. It was definitely on point. I think 16 goals with him is pretty good, especially when we need to score 10 goals. But anyway, we move on to the new 5-star skiller that is going to be Ricardo Kishna. You all know I love this guy. I've used this guy before he got 5-star skill moves. I used him mainly as a super sub, because he was at least at that point in time not really a player I like to build a team around, but I just used him as a substitute since he was quite fast, pretty tall, pretty strong, and had great dribbling. He had 59 shooting shooting, or he has 59 shooting, but that's just an absolute lie. In game, it is amazing. So expect to score a lot of goals with him. So yeah, just cannot wait to play the games with his skill squad. So yeah, if you know any cool teams I should build around him, then feel free to let me know on Twitter, which is @Kazooie94, or in the comments down below, or on Facebook. Link will be in the description down below as well. So yeah, you can see in the background, we're currently opening the packs, and to my surprise, we actually got a 5-star skiller. We got Maxime, the 5-star skiller from VfB Stuttgart, one of the most underrated 5-star skillers in the game, and I actually did a squad builder around him recently. Absolutely loved him. So he's definitely going to be a player I will be using a lot, and if you have any cool ideas to fit him into the team around Ricardo Kishna, then feel free to do so as well. But you can see in the background, I actually packed him earlier on as well, I think somewhere in September. So yeah, I just decided to discard that whole pack, since it was taking absolute ages to just store players in either your club or put them on a transfer list or whatever. But yeah, I just decided to quick sell it, since I already packed Maxime before, and I already got his first owner, which is nice. So yeah, we move on to the final pack. You can see in the background, we did not really get the greatest, and it was absolutely just taking ages to store everything in the club, which was a bit annoying. But anyway, guys, that's going to be the end of this video. We hope you enjoyed it. If you did, then make sure to leave a like, would be very much appreciated. And if you can hit 2,000 likes, that would be absolutely awesome. So I'd like to thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.